YouTube. Just welcome to my world and just a squirrel trying to get a nut, like a regular nut. Not the perverted one. Um, I'm currently sitting in front of the garage. It took them all day to figure out what the heck is going on with my truck. Not my truck, but this truck. Um, the only good part about this is I actually get paid. I get paid $100 a day, so this is day two, so I'm gonna get $200. But I could I could have been dang near 1,000 miles down the road, you know. But I chose this life. That's the frustrating part of it. Um, the blessing is I'm finally paying. I'll be when I get off this live today. I am going to make the last installment on my Home Depot card. That thing's so high that I finally paid it down. We're not gonna have to do that again. Yeah, I didn't. It didn't dawn on me that all these credit cards. Oh yeah, we'll give you. They just gave me all. Just kept on giving them, and I just kept on using them. Yeah, I'm stupid. It didn't dawn on me that it had a revolving APR. It wasn't set. It wasn't fixed. It was man, that APR is high as is it all get out. So I probably look if you probably see it, I got a double my reflections right there. Isn't that cool? uh, they probably made um, a killing off of me. But I mean, you live and you learn. I remember before this, I was like, "Well, you're gonna have to find me to get me to pay you, and I ain't paying you then." And that's why my credit was so hosed up. But you know, it looks like winter's here, finally here. I don't know how you doing up there, Mike, if it's cold or not, but it's getting pretty cool down here. I remember last year I was actually stuck at this yard when we had an ice storm for about 24 hours, and the next day I went for it. It was all iced up all the way to the interstate, and then it dried up. That's the one thing about driving is, driving trucks is it's the um it's the situations that you get into. You know what I mean? It's the situations that you get into. I wish I could. Let's see. Yeah, when the cold's coming, I didn't bring my big jacket yet, but next time I go home, I will be picking it up. Just getting everything situated. I realized why, I'm complaining. I went from the hardest bed to like this thing is super soft, and I realized it's two mattresses. Somebody's got two mattresses in this bed back here. And I'm like, oh, and I'm wondering why I'm not sleeping right. But it is what it is. But um, Charles has sent me something. I forgot. I can't look at it now because it's on my phone. But it was the entitlement, and it's kind of with the way the situations go, and it's not nowadays, but it just seems like it's all over the place. The way the situation goes, it's not fair to men, um, we're darned if we do, we're darned if we don't. Well, I want you to tell me how you feel, and then when you tell me how you feel, that gets used against us in fights and in battles and everything else. And then we clam up, and then, well, why ain't you talking? I can't be with you if you're not going to talk. And then you know, then it's if you do talk and you let it know you're a wimp, and I need a roughneck. But then when you're a roughneck, you're why are you treating me like this? And then it, you know i- it's like you're darned if you do it, darned if you don't. And then you wonder why um men take their lives, or they they do stupid things, because most of us are not brought up by our parents, by our fathers. And if we are brought up by our fathers, they were brought up wrong, or our version of wrong. It's a reoccurring cycle. And I've heard it by other people that I can't find the right guy. But and then we've got women that have taken on the manly role. Now, and I'm not talking the money wise, but argumentative, mean, downright cantankerous, and they believe that's the role of a man. I'm the man in the situation, to be downright cantankerous, mean, and obstructive. And I'm saying this because I was married to one. I dated a whole lot of them. You know, and I remember I got to the point where I was like, I'm not going to take it no more. And it took half of my freaking adult life to realize that. And it's not really a complaint, but it's a revelation that we have situations where it's in the playbook that I cannot, male or female, I cannot trust you with my feelings. I cannot trust you with my indecisions or my decisions. I can't trust you with my mistakes. Um, I can't even accept that I made a mistake. And then we wonder why everything is the way it is. All the confusion the way it is. And we wonder why is the world so freaking crazy? We have all of these the instant gratifications of um people videotaping everything, including first dates, uh including first interactions. And how dare you take me to this cheap behind place? Well, what if that's all that person can afford? Well, then you shouldn't be dating. Well, why do I have to, and I'm just bringing up this conversation. Why do I have to peacock, show you all my feathers, when I just want a companion? Well, you got to be able to defend me. Well, I can defend you. I I have arms. I'm not going to, everybody likes to brag of what they have. No, I have an arsenal. But that would be the total last recourse, because half the time people that have guns don't know the law. They don't know what you can and cannot do. and we're, what state is it, stand your ground and all that stuff. But even then, why do I have to, why do I have to? And it all, good morning, good morning. It all boils down to, trust. It all boils down to, it's so funny. My my wife, my friend, my companion, I, I love her to death. And a lot of times we don't know what love is, and we bring it up all the time. But there's one thing I learned about this part of my situation is I actually like the woman I'm married to. And a lot of our relationships or whatever is, it's all on attraction and all on wants, and not our personal need. And I'm not talking about I need a roof over my head, I need a guy with a bag or a woman with a bag, but I need certain good morning. I need certain criterias to keep me stable and keep me growing, or keep me, feeling, 'cause like everybody says that, you know, guys are logical and women are emotional. Well, we're emotional too. We're afraid to show it. Most men are afraid to show it. Good morning. Good morning. Most men are afraid to show it. But we're emotional too. But we can switch from emotion to logic and sometimes stupidity. So a lot of times stupidity. Um, in other words, I'm saying, on my perspective, is I'm only human. I make mistakes. Um, I make I've made big mistakes, large mistakes. Life changing mistakes. You know what I mean? And but the fact is, and I'm not talking about, you know um I'm not talking about, stuff like the usual crap. Did you cheat on me? Did I forgive you? No, I'm not talking about that. And I give an example. There was a video which it brought me to tears, where the guy, it was in the car. I don't know if that was set up or whatever, where the guy said, "I'm broke. I lost my job. I have nothing." And the young lady told him, "You're not broke. I'm not going to let you fall. We're going to get on. We're going to go and sit down. We're going to fill out applications. We're going to we're going to redo your, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying exactly what she said. We're going to redo your resume. We're you I'm not going to let you fall." And a lot of people, you could see the look of how ashamed the brother was. The look on his face, how ashamed he was. And but she let him know, "Look at me. I'm not going to let you fall. We're going to get in here. We're going to do this. We're going to work together. We're going to work together, and we're going to fix this." You have all of these situations that I don't know where so much selfishness has arisen. You know, we have these videos of, you know, you, the husband and wife, they're about to get married, and they're about, they've joined at the hip till death, and it says till death do us part. And the question is asked for, to the woman, for richer and for poorer. And one woman was like, she got quiet. I mean, I literally, if I was marrying your black ass, and he said for richer and or poorer, and you got quiet, I'd have walked out that church. The person I am today, I'd have walked out that church. I was like, nah, I can't be with you. Because you don't know, and none of us know. And most of us, no matter how big the bag that you have, none of us know what tomorrow will bring. For richer or for poor, in sickness and in health. You're making a pledge. And I'm not just saying just a woman, because you women think that it's just y'all, to richer or poor, to obey and all of that. We don't say that. I don't know. I can't remember if the men are supposed to say that, but we don't say that. But guess what? We have to obey you if we want to have a peace, any peace in our house. Tell me one guy and I heard it. I heard it in a live. Someone finally said it. It was a person, did a live yesterday. See, because the guys, there's a lot of crap these guys talk. They talk a lot of shit in these lives. I run this and I run that, and I'm sitting back going, yeah, you lying, you lying. I wish half of y'all would come up into these forums with your wife sitting right next to you and watch her roll her eyeballs to the back of her head, going, "Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right." When y'all talk all that mess. But this is not but the part of the conversation. But the part of the conversation is, would you pick me up, or would you stop me from falling? We don't have that mentality nowadays. We don't have that um we don't have that want, we don't have that need. You get here a lot of people, and I don't know where that came from. You know, it probably was there, but it's just more prevalent. You know, why why do you make that pledge, or is it phony? For richer or for poorer, sickness and in health, till death do us part. It ain't till I get tired of you. You know what I mean? It's not till I get tired of you. And a lot of people, it's till I get tired of you. That's why you got a lot of folks, they want these prenups and all that stuff. I be hearing Reddits where prenups go wrong, go bad, where the husband has the woman sign a prenup. I love those. Had the woman sign a prenup, then he wound up losing everything, and the woman actually turns it around and gets all you know gets a better job, makes a whole lot more money, sells something, and becomes this rich person. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. We got a prenup. You get. I I understand. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the perfect husband. I sometimes I think I'm a crappy husband, but I try. I try, and we try. You know, miscommunications and misunderstandings, but we try. The question is, would you pick me up if I fell? And I remember, you know, the situation, and like I said, I don't like really tell too much about my wife business, but there was some choices made which were the wrong choices, and we went through, situations over the years, over a couple of years, and I had to step in. Not like I wasn't world changing, but I stepped in, and I knew we was going to be okay. And I'm the biggest worry wart in the world. I knew we was going to be okay. You know, I'm and will always be my wife's cheerleader. Hey, Blue Chicken, how you doing? Long time no see. Hey, uh, I've always been her cheerleader because I know who I'm married to. We have this. I got to be strong, and I got to be strong, and yeah, you're right. You got to be strong to the world, but to me, I'm your partner. You can lay down some of that. I will remove some of that brick wall. It's We've been together 8 years, and it's still a lot of that brick wall that I have to remove. But if she ever fell, not one hand would be out, but both hands would be out. Both hands would be out to grab her because I cannot have you fall, because if you fall, I'm falling too. There's one guy that I, I tell the story all the time, and I'm not paraphrasing, I'm just saying a part of it. The guy said he told he told his I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. He said, "You know what? I'm losing everything. I'm a bad. I think right now I'm a bad investment. I would understand if you left me." And the lady said, I would sleep under a bridge. I would sleep under a bridge if it was next to you. You know, I'm I've always been, I don't know where I got it from. I've always been a hopeless romantic. I want I gotta walk up to the store. I'm in an industrial area. I'm gonna wait till the light it gets light. I ain't walking in the dark. Next thing you know, I'll be shot, and you'll be wondering, well, what happened to Can't Stop? But Can't Stop is dead because some Karen did something or said something. We ain't having good morning, Bio Sugar Garden. We ain't trying to do that. You know, um, but see, what I'm trying to emphasize this morning is we need to remove the selfishness. And let me emphasize this. And I'm not gonna attack the women. I'm saying male and female. Kevin Samuels says, he says a lot of y'all meaning male and female, y'all look for the 20% of ignorant ninjas that don't want to do right, don't want to be right, don't want to act right. But we all, and I was one of them, we all attracted to the ignorant people and not the good people, because we for some reason we think people that are good or honest and hardworking and want to do the right thing, those people are weak. They're not going to protect us. Those are the ones that are not going to protect us. And we go for the idiots. And one lady said in an interview, the reason why I go for the hood ninja instead of the good guy, because the good guy's going to hold me to the fire. So I'd rather go with the hood ninja that has that temporary money. What do you mean that drug money that he's going to? I did a thing about a DA agent that I was fixing the satellite. He told me that half the time they know you think you're getting away with, but they know you. They've known you for 5 years. They've been looking at you dealing drugs, and they're coming for you. So you're temporary. You're temporary. And that's why the women go for you. And that's why the good guy is over here. I'm not going with the good guy because he's going to hold me to the fire. He's going to say, look, I don't want you wearing that scantily clad clothes because I belong to you and you belong to me. I respect you. I need you to respect me. I don't need you showing all this. Ladies, do you know it's more sexy when you put the right clothes on? All the clothes. Because me as a man, I'm dressing you down going, man, I wonder, she probably look like all whatever under that. Do you see what I'm saying? And I used to think like that. Nowadays, I get myself in trouble because I'll actually look that way, but I'm not looking at you or your body. I might be looking at the birds look at the birds. I mean, that literally happened one time. I was dating this woman. She was a I'm not gonna say I gotta watch what I say. And she thought I was looking at the woman that passed, and the woman that passed actually had a big booty. I wasn't looking at her. I was like, I wonder I'm. And this is still how stupid I am. I wonder what store's over there, and I got in trouble. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" It was so funny. It was so funny because this is my mentality. I'm like, I want to look at the birds. I wonder what store's over there. What you looking at her for? And I wasn't. I mean, I'd take a lie detector. I wasn't, and it was so freaking hilarious. Yep, hilarious, hilarious. But we have this mentality nowadays because of that 20% has done us so wrong, and we are so attracted to them. Even a well known YouTuber that helps a lot of us nowadays even said it on that said it on their live. I'm attracted to this, and I was thinking that's why you're alone. I'm attracted to this. And I wasn't being mean when I said that. But that's why. And I remember getting on there. I said to that person, you got to retrain your brain. Because the good guy is the best bet. The good guy is going to do you right, regardless of you thinking he a wimp. He might start out as a wimp, but when you show him that love and you show him that affection, you show him that you ain't gonna let him fall, that wimp will start getting, muscles be flabby. But when you start working the muscles, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the veins start bulging out. And the balls, the gonads get bigger because they know what they have. Well, ho. And they'll learn the word protection. They'll learn the word. Now you laugh, but I'll jump in, might get my behind whooped, but I'll be darned if I let. Good morning, welcome in. Hey, if anyone want to drop your if you anyone y'all want to drop your, it's can't stop. Don't put the apostrophe. I'll let I'll take that ass whooping, but I'll be darned if you won't know that you fought me. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, would you let me fall? And I'm talking male or female. You guys in the chat, because I'm not driving, I can see it. The person that you're with, put in a one. Would you let him fall? Or two, if you wouldn't let him fall. Let's see here. Let's see here. It looks good. You know, I've never been that person for the styles or whatever, sagging pants. I have no ass. So my pants sag anyway. I had that belt so tight, and I do one move and my drawers drop because I got no behind, and I be doing, and I don't do it on purpose. That it you know what I'm saying, and it drives me up the wall. It literally drives me up the wall. Good morning, good morning. But see, back to what I'm saying. We are so, a lot of us has been so beat up, and I've seen some new folks. Welcome in, welcome in. A lot of us been so beat up, and we're holding on so tight to the past and to the anger and to the frustration that we don't give no one else a chance. But sometimes you got to learn how to open that hand out and reach out and help that person. The woman I'm married to did that for me. Boy, I was so far down in the gutter, and it hurt me. I'm trying not to cry right now. I was so far down in the gutter. Good morning, good morning. I was so far down in the gutter that any help, and I'm not talking about monetary. We always think about monetary. You know, we talk about the check. I could care less. Been broke before. Been hungry before. Any help, any reach, anything. I I was desperate, and the fact is, all I needed was peace. All I needed was someone to let me know they cared. And you see that video with, like I said, I talked about it earlier, where the guy said, "I'm broke, I have nothing," and the lady said, "I'm not gonna let you fall. You're not going to fall." The woman I'm married to, that happened to me a few times. See this right here. You see me driving, and I could lose this any day by getting into an accident. I could lose this any day. I remember there was one time while I was driving, she was online. She was online filling out applications for me. Online filling out applications. And see, when we're talking about helpmates, everybody thinks that, oh, 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 you, It's always master this, and it ain't nobody slave around here. But when we say our better half, the Bible says you shall cleave unto as one. You when you marry, you become one being. You're not, it's not lopsided, you're one being. I might be the head, but guess what? You're the neck. The head can't do nothing without the neck, ladies. My dumb ass will be looking this way, but you have the power to say, babe, you need to look over here. Do you see what I'm saying? I need you, babe, I need you to look over here. Because we're working together. That's what that's what's missing. That's what's missing in our society. Remember, I was talking about yesterday. I said, are we as black African Americans, minorities, and we're supposed to be the ones growing. Are we eventually going to become like the Japanese, where they low birth rate, they're not having babies no more? There's thousands of empty homes along the countryside because no one wants to live there. No one wants to be a family. No one wants to be a family. Nobody said that marriage is perfect. My wife can get on my last nerve, but that doesn't mean I don't love her. That doesn't mean that I would not take a bullet for her. That doesn't mean that I would not stop the world from spinning because of her. Do you see what I'm saying? That does not mean, because she was telling me, and I hear it all the time. She's telling me, and I'm going, babe, you got to start using your head. Don't watch out. You saying this guy's crazy. He's talking to himself. I don't want him coming in your office. Do you see what I'm saying? Watch out. Hey, get where's the street smarts? You see what I'm saying? We don't. It's again, it's about the money and the prestige and the situation and the situations. I got to show everybody that we're perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm about as effed up as the next one. Half the stuff that I tell y'all on this live, I'm reliving some past crap that I screwed up on, it messed up on, effed up on. And I'm so happy that I could say it now without pain and suffering and tearing up, because the fact is, I'm happy. Even though I'm sitting here not making no money. Day 2. I'm actually happy. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Let's see something here. Instead of us, we sitting there harp on the poor life poor life choices. I chose this job, I chose that job. We have to learn how to make the best of it. You have to learn how to make the best of it. You have to learn, Miss T with the T was talking about the analytics. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place. The analytics tells you some important stuff about your YouTube page. It tells you who's watching you and how long they're watching. It tells you what they're watching. Do you see what I'm saying? It tells you what they're watching. I literally, you see, if you look at the background, you see the background moving. I have a mount on my front middle dashboard. I turn that the opposite way and videotape. And Charles, and my one of my moderators, helps me. He'll send me videos, and I'll put music to it. I'll put music to it of a truck passing me. I can only do 50, 65 miles an hour. A truck passing me. You know, I've gotten over 200 new friends, 200 new subscribers just for that in the last month and a half. 200 subscribers just for that. I throw music on there. I'm going old, 80s, 90 million. Da da dee. Be my lover, wanna be my love. You when you start figuring out what's gonna grow you, what's gonna help you. When you start figuring out, instead of all these get rich quick schemes, it like right now, I do $20 a month out of I got Chase. Chase, Chase Bank. I do $20 a month. No, $20 every 2 weeks. Sorry about that. And I pick a stock to invest in. I have actually three portfolios. My 401k. No, actually, my 401k. I have stocks that the company gives me. I have my own stock, portfolio, and then I got the one I have at Chase. So that's four. And you know what I do? And I'm not no money guru. I'm not a professional, whatever. I just pick one because I say, I tell you my name, Love Cruising. Guess what? So I pick the cruise line, and I buy a share or two. And they're at $12 now. When they stop buying all these cruise ships and it gets back to normal and they start making their regular money, that $12 share is going to move to $50. I got 100 shares of Carnival that I bought at $8. And again, I'm not a cruise guru. And my wife says, that's yours. No, it's ours. So something happens and something went down. I dipped into one of those stocks and sold them to make sure certain stuff was paid. I just said, no, this ain't mine. This is an emergency. We need to do this. I just sold a very expensive lawnmower for the cheap. I could have put it up for $1,500, and I sold it under $1,000. I gave her some money, and she makes double of what I make. She was so excited. And the reason I say this is not to show off. It's because my heart was opened up, and I said, you know what? You put up with my bullshit so much. I just wanted to say thank you. Do something for yourself. When you have two people, I ask you this question, are you a giver or a taker? Because if you're a giver and the person that you're with is a giver, your teamwork is going to be unbelievable. Because you're not going to let anyone, this one's going to fall. You're going to say, babe, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Do you see what I'm saying? I had, I was, that same lawnmower I bought a lawnmower was on fire like a dumbass for $600. That same lawnmower, and another one sold that's not on fire, but it wasn't working, and it sold for $600. I told my wife I want to get that. I heard the really and I knew that was. I know you're not that stupid. You're not gonna do that again, right? And I said, no. That's why I was calling you, dear. Good morning. Good morning. I said, no, that's why I'm calling you. Because I knew you're going to talk me off of this ledge. You're going to talk me off of this ledge. And I did, hey, thanks. Thank you guys for coming in. Y'all, I really appreciate it. I said, thank you for coming. You're going to talk me off this ledge. And see, the main thing I want to get you is the person. Do you like that? If you ladies, you always look for, you know, you always look, you guys always looking for advice. And half the advice that you get is wrong. I'm gonna give you some advice. What I look for in a partner. Screw the love. Screw the sexual attraction because that crap's gonna die. You're gonna get old. Do you like the person? Do you like that person? Start with that first. Do you like them? Me and my wife talk every day, at least every day in the morning, for a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes at night, on the way home, on the way to work, and the way home. Every day for 8 years. If I didn't like her, that would be some miserable times. But see, we uphold each other. If I got to worry about, I have enough as a black man in this world to worry about. If I have to worry about you not having my back, that hurts even more. You know, and this is not a bashing on anybody, but the selfishness that is in our society today is going to be our downfall. It's going to be our downfall. You know, I, we talk about these fancy restaurants and all this other stuff, and I can't see myself going to a restaurant that I'm gonna pay $400 or $500 on because you get this little piece of meat about that big with sauce swirled around it, and it's supposed to be so delicious. So you wind up leaving there, and you're still hungry, and you're going, and you got to go to Waffle House to, to get something to eat. I'm just saying, really. I'm just saying, really. Think about it. And we went, you know, long story short, we went on the we was on the carnival celebration. Yeah, it was on the celebration. And on the celebration and on the Mardi Gras, they have where you could pay to have a cooking class, with a chef, and he guides you through the whole mumbo jumbo, the whole situation. And I know how knee deep serious my wife gets when it comes to that. And she gets downright mean. And my old, the old me would have been my feelings hurt, but I've been with her long enough to know better. And I just stood back. I actually, if you go back in my video, I videotaped the whole things, and she tried to, that was one of the arguments I could have won because she said, "When did I say that?" I said, "I got it on tape." When did I do that? I got it on tape. When did I say that? I have it on tape. I videotaped the whole thing. And it was so funny they have the stuff measured out when there was one where you're supposed to add salt. I said, you're only supposed to add a pinch. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're supposed to do the whole thing. Okay. I'm videotaping this now. This is fancy food. I'm like, it should have been just a pinch. And then when we taste it, it said, oh man, this is salty. And I ain't say nothing. And they let us, make this hot mess. And then we sat down to dinner and had the professionals. They brought their food out, and and we did that, and you can go out to these fancy restaurants, but if you're going to be a part, if I'm peacocking and I want you to be a part of my life, if I want you to be, and this is male and or female, I want you to be a part of my life. Wouldn't that entail me wanting to save my money for a rainy day? Wouldn't that entail me to be frugal? Wouldn't that entail me to say, hey, babe, see, what you guys don't understand, people that have this so-called bag, the reason why they have that much money is because they know how to keep it. When we start broadcasting, see these places like Gucci and Supreme and all that, that's for you cheap ass ninjas that think you're rich. Do you see what I'm saying? That's for you cheap ass fool. That the rich people don't wear all that crap. The rich people don't wear Gucci and all this other stuff. The most of the people that's got billions and billions of dollars walks around in regular clothes. You know, the guy that created Walmart had an old 67 Chevy and a hound dog and ripped up jeans. And I remember there's a story, it's an urban legend, that he walked into Walmart and the lady said, sir, you can't come in here with that dog. And he's like, you don't know who I am. The Caucasians, people that we always say, the white devil. Well, guess what? They know how to keep their money. You go down in the country and you see all that land. These people are low-key loaded. Because guess what? That's my grandpappy's land. That's 100 acres. That's 200 acres that way. That's 1,000 acres that way. My grandpappy left me that. My father left me that. This is all mine. All the way to that mountain. Then you go see that man's got tractors in his barn. Those tractors alone, 500,000, 350,000. This is, they low-key millionaires. But you don't see them going out to Ruth Chris Steakhouse. They make their own steak on the grill. Do you see what I'm saying? And guess what? They'll come in when it's time to get a new pickup truck with a briefcase full of money. Count that out. I want that truck right there. So that's what I'm saying. Watch what you... all that broadcasting, because you start throwing out this money. I'd rather be with a woman that said, nah, that's too much. Let's go over here. Because I said that to my wife when we went to, and we had more fun going to the Korean barbecue place. It was Korean barbecue. I was so stuffed. I can't wait to get home because we going back. Because she was thought. Because I said, well, let's go. It was a high end place. I said, let's go there. And she's like, nah, that's too much money. Let's go over here. Do you see what I'm saying? I said, let's go over here. Let's do this. Hey, welcome in, Wallstone. Let's do this. Hey guys, when y'all get a chance, check out Wallstone. His videos and his stuff is, and man, is off the chain. He's got a co-host that really he's really putting it together, and I think that's pretty cool. And Wallstone, let me know when you, because I want to do a European cruise. I want to do the Greek Isles. The wife wants to do that. But what I'm saying is, guys, the end result, and I forgot, Frugal Mama's coming up next. To live, to live, to live. Check out Frugal Mama. Get your workout on. Get your workout on. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, when you're looking for that partner, if you have that partner, if that partner is what I just explained, no, that's too expensive over there. Let's go over here. If you got that person in your life and you see them, they're getting up for a cup of coffee and start their day, kiss them on the cheek and say, hey, thanks. And for what? For you being you. Do you see what I'm saying? For thanks, and I appreciate you for who you are. Do you see what I mean? See, because it's some of us, have to be alone. Some of us have, because of our situation, are alone. And if you're happy, more power to you. I'm more happy with being with this person than I am. And I know if I fall, she's going to pick me up. She's going to reach for me. And I thank God that I have the strength and the knowledge that when she falls, I reach up and I will pick her up. I'm never going to let her fall. And the reason why I said never, is because of what she's done for me. If you guys would have seen me 8 years ago, 9 years ago, y'all are like, Jesus, Jesus, take the wheel. You poor soul. But sometimes you got to understand, sometimes it's just like the old motorcycles. You got to have, sometimes we need to be kickstarted. We need that kickstart to point us, to jumpstart us. The negative and the positive connections need to be put on there. Clear. Boom. We need that jump start to help bring us to the next level in life. Oh boy, Fifi Urban, boy. I had an old friend that we used to be teams. We were team drivers, and called me and just had to remind me of how I used to be. Because I'm laughing about it now, but I wasn't laughing about 10 years ago. And that's what gives me the blessings that I have today. Let's close out with a word of prayer, and a word of thanks for y'all that came in, and the ones that will come in on the on the the remix. Father God, we just thank you for this early morning talk. We just thank you for just bringing joy to our hearts, and thank you for blessing us in a mighty way. If anybody is in need of a blessing, we ask you to touch their hearts in the mighty name of Jesus. And as always, guys, just know if you don't think no one loves you, know that I love you and God loves you too. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tomorrow. Deuces.